The minilogue is a fully programmable 4-voice analog polysynth that offers both instant preset recall and full direct access of the synth parameters from the panel. Now, the synth engine has been a complete ground-up redesign and it's been built from scratch. Now, the VCOs are, of course, analog, and something as simple as a single raw sine wave sounds beautiful. Of course, we have 2 VCOs per voice, so we have 8 in total, and these blend together effortlessly. Each oscillator has wave shape for all the 3 standard waveforms, so you can really start working with the spectrum at the very start of your signal chain. Of course, we have more modulation capabilities like cross-modulation, where VCO1 modulates the pitch of VCO2. And oscillator sync. And ring modulation, where you can get bell type in harmonics. The filter is a low-pass VCF that can do very subtle resonances that will really open up the nuances in the sound. Or you can turn up the resonance all the way, kill the VCOs, so you can use the filter as a sine wave oscillator. In terms of modulation sources, we have 2 envelope generators and 1 LFO. And aside from the traditional uses, you can patch the output of the envelope generator into the rate or intensity of the LFO. For example, this patch where we have a slow attack envelope generator modulating the intensity of the LFO that is in turn modulating the oscillator pitch. Or this sound, where the envelope generator is modulating the rate of the LFO, which is modulating the cutoff. You can also turn off the oscillator voice sync and turn on the key trigger to get some very deep, hypnotic, cyclic sounds. So we've talked about the synthesis available in each voice, but the minilogue has 4 voices and they can be assigned in various interesting ways. Simply choose a voice mode from one of the 8 buttons and adjust the voice mode depth control to your liking. In poly mode, you have polyphonic playability, and the depth inverts any chords that are played. In duo, you have duophonic playability, so you can play 2 notes, and each note will consist of 2 voices in unison. You can adjust the detune for extra textures. Unison is a monophonic voice mode where 4 voices play the same note. Again, you can adjust the detune. Mono is a monophonic voice mode, so you mainly use 1 voice, but the other 3 can be used as sub-oscillators 1 and 2 octaves below the played note. Chord lets you play any one of the 14 standard chords with 1 finger. Delay is a unison mode, but the trigger for the 4 voices are staggered. For very short delay times, you can get interesting attacks, and for longer delay times, you can get a more rhythmical effect. In ARP mode, you have an arpeggiator where the depth controls the type of arpeggiator. You can choose between mono, poly, and random types. And finally, sidechain is a voice mode where new notes suck away the volume from any previous notes that have been played, so you can get this sucking, ducking effect between the voices. Now the big highlight with the minilogue is its very powerful 16-step polyphonic sequencer with motion sequence. It's very tightly integrated with the synth engine, and you have 3 ways to program your sequence. Step recording allows you to punch in a sequence of notes in your own time. You also have real-time recording, which is great for overdubbing. You can also edit individual notes, and this can be done on the fly. We have 4 slots for motion sequencing that can sequence any of the 40 synth parameters on the panel, including all the knobs, switches, and the fully assignable pitch slider. We also have an analog high pass and a delay on the master.